Hello, my dear and valuable friends, and welcome to this channel. I'm Tetevik, and today we're going to discuss a subject. What is that the women love in men most of all? You know, it's a big subject. We have so many things we like in you men, and there are so many traits or skills that we are attracted to. In this video, I'm going to name three main ones, and of course, we need to understand that everybody is different and everybody can have different attitudes and different opinions, but these are very fundamental things. It's like, you know, when you say that we all like somebody kind, and that is truth. I don't know any person who would say, oh, I like somebody who is not kind, you know, that will be very not normal. That's why in this video I'm going to touch and speak about things that are very fundamentally known. They're very universal, and majority of women will agree. Of course, there will always be one woman from 100 who will have a different opinion, but these are more, you know, opinions of the majority. So if you're a man watching this video, that's very good for you, because you can find out, you know, things that women maybe not saying to you or you don't know, but will help you to improve yourself and be more successful in relationship with women. And if you're a woman, it's also great for you, because then you can understand what other women want in men, and you know what people in general think about this subject, so you can also learn from this. Now from now on, I have launched a new program made for both men and women. There are two different programs, you know, working parallel to each other. They have a lot of information that is overlapping, but also information that is completely different, because men and women function differently, feel differently, think differently, and want different things. And you will see a lot of videos that will come out now and going from now on, that are part of this big training course that I have made. It's a new program that I just launched. It's very fresh, so I'm very excited. There is so much I want to tell you, so much I want to share with you. But if you would like to take you know, on this program, please contact me below, and we will arrange for you to start the program. It's very interesting. You can have a lot of tests there. There are self-improvement exercises. There are a lot of knowledge, you know, a lot of information for you prepared. You know, it was for 2 years. It was developing. So much information was gathered in order to finally launch it. And in this video, I will just touch the three little elements that are fundamental and universal to every man and every woman, like these in men. So number one, we love positive men. I mean, that is quite an obvious statement as well, because who doesn't like, obviously, positive people? We all love, don't we? And as you can feel my energy, my love, my positivity, that fills you in, and you know, you make your day makes you know, your day becomes brighter, and you make yourself more happier by just watching this. It's the same with men. When you have somebody positive next to you, their information, their knowledge, their energy comes to you, and then you can make yourself happier. And why I on purpose say that you make yourself happier, because nobody actually can make you happy. You can have me as a positive person here, you can have somebody positive in your life, but it's only your choice to make yourself happy. But of course, a good thing is when you're surrounded with somebody positive, it's just more natural for you to become happier with them. It's much more easier for you to make yourself happy if you are surrounded with happy and positive people. So number one, we definitely love a positive man. That's a man who doesn't complain. At least not to our face. You know, he can complain in his head that something is not right, but he doesn't complain to us. He's not mad at life. You know, there's some people who constantly complain. Everything is always wrong. Everything is always not the way they want. And they're always complaining that the work is not good, the salary is not good enough, that the car they drive is not good, the colleagues that they have is not good, the friends they have is not enough. So it's just a constant complaint. And you know, complain is part of negativity. Therefore, I mentioned this on purpose. We do like very positive men who do not complain. It means they don't have that negative energy, and they don't pour that on us, because it's a very heavy burden. We don't want that. And I will tell you honestly, a healthy woman, and mentally, emotionally healthy woman who wants to have a man in her life and wants to start a relationship, she's first of all looking for this positive, light person. And as you like easygoing women, if you're a man, the same we women, we like easygoing men, don't we? That's just natural. If you're attracted to negative women, then there is something not right. So think about it. But in general, we love positive men because they can make us laugh. It's fun to be around them. It's easy to be around them. And you know what they have? Positive men have a very interesting way how they solve problems. When I mention about positivity, I've mentioned that on purpose, number one, because very often a man will look up to a man, we look to you men as our provider, not only financially or emotionally, but also provider as a provider of the solution. You know, women always have a little girl in themselves, and when sometimes they are, pregnant, or something bad happened to them, or they lose their job, or somebody offends them, they run to you as a little girl, even if they're mature women, and they're looking for this provider who will give them that comfort, who will solve this problem, who will help them. Majority of women now already have the abilities to build a career. Majority of women can work, they can have their money, but yet even the strongest, the most successful women admit that they need a man, and they need a man to be positive when it is very negative in their life. Therefore, I just encourage you, if you're a man, be positive. When something bad is happening to your woman, don't leave her. That is very often practiced. A lot of men become negative in a negative position and they leave her. And why I mentioned that it's very important for women, for a man to be positive, is because sometimes when a woman becomes negative, only way how she can get out of that negative situation is with this positive influence that the man has. If you're a man and you don't have a relationship yet, that is fine. Keep on your positivity, because you will attract a nice woman, and then you can share this positivity and also be attracted to positive women. Don't look for negative women, you will not help them. But in the same time, if you're a woman, also be attracted to positive men and establish the positive in yourself. But don't be afraid to be in a negative position. Don't be afraid to rely on men. For as men, I just want to advise you, don't be scared if something bad happens to a woman. Stay positive, find the solution. And positive, I mean, you're still logical, you're still very bright, you're still very sharp, you're still straightforward, you're very, keen to solve the situation, but you're positive. Sometimes you can just smile and that lights up our day. Sometimes you can make us laugh when we're cooking or something like that, and we will never forget that joke. We need positive men. We need that energy, because you make our life easier. Number two is women are attracted to men who can satisfy her. And I don't mean only about physical intimacy and the satisfaction in there. It's very crucial for a woman, of course, but also satisfy a woman mentally. Very often women find themselves trapped because they don't know how to behave. They have a relationship with a handsome man that they're attracted, the physical intimacy is very nice, they're happy with that, but yet he doesn't satisfy them mentally. And this is not the same book you need to read to discuss some theory in it. It's not that you need to go to some courses, or it's not that you have to have a degree, but a mental satisfaction is something that you have in common, something that you really click on. It could be some values that you click on. For example, you watch some movie and you think that it's violent, and she also agrees that it's too much violence, and you disagree to carry on watching it, and she disagrees as well. She says, I don't want it too, I don't like it too. Mental satisfaction can be that when she is joking, nobody is laughing, but you understand her joke and you are laughing. And even if you're the only person laughing at her joke, that satisfies her mentally, because you are there for her. Also, this is not only physical satisfaction, mental satisfaction, but emotional satisfaction. It's the person that you can rely on. Very, very rare nowadays we can find people who we can rely on. But I'm still very happy that sometimes I consult couples, and it's so lovely to see that there are men and women so hardly trying to make things work, and they're so invested in each other. I love that. Sometimes when I see these couples, these power couples, when they love each other, they're together for so many years, I understand that life is actually very beautiful, and you don't imagine how much love, how many successful relationships, how many many amazing couples are there, really. If you are a man or a woman and you don't really have friends like that, I will strongly advise you to network more, to go to some events, or some kind of maybe networking venues where you can meet these couples, where you can actually start believing in love. If you are single, if you already are with somebody, that's even better. Find another power couple, and then just feed energy from them and give your energy to them, and it's mutual. It's amazing to have those kind of people. And if you're a woman as well, I will always suggest for single women, you know what really helps if you would like to have a relationship is to start being friends with a woman who already is in a very good, healthy relationship. That energy, that influence that comes from her and from her relationship with that man is really, really contagious in the most amazing, positive way. You start believing in love. You start believing that's possible, most of all. You start believing that it's around you. When you see something just next to you, in front of you, you believe that it's possible. When you see a beautiful woman, you understand there is a beauty. When you see a kind woman, positive woman, you understand there is kindness, there is positivity. The world is full and abundant, and it is up to you to choose the right things for you. So number 2 is the man who satisfies the woman, satisfies her not only physically, mentally, emotionally, but also spiritually. It's a man who deeply agrees with her life's purpose. And doesn't matter if she has chosen to be a homemaker, to stay home, to take care of the children, she can do that. He agrees for her to have a feminine role. And it also doesn't matter if she wants to be, CEO of the company, or open her business, have no children, and just do her career. He also, spiritually satisfies that need of her. And you know what is interesting? I have faced different couples, and there are very different dynamics in a relationship. No couple is the same. And in the couple relationship, there are so many different things, mountains and oceans, that are so different. And that's why don't judge your relationship, don't judge how you operate based on others. You can learn from others, but there are things that you need to decide on yourself. And this spiritual satisfaction is something that a man and woman decide between them, what is good for them, how they want to live, what they want to do, what is their life purpose. And that is very private. So keep it to yourself, keep it only between you and your woman, or if you're a woman, keep it between you and your man. And very crucial to find this person who can satisfy you spiritually. When you know that you are heading towards your path with this person, and that person understands your journey and is willing to go with you in this journey, and not only willing but excited to be with you in that journey. I wish you to find that person. If you haven't, and if you have, then really hug them today, say that you love them and appreciate, and say thank you that you are with me in this journey. I really appreciate you. And number 3, which is the last in this video, is women are very much attracted, and they just love men who can allow them to be feminine women. Now, you see, my theory is very simple. I believe that men and women are created differently. We are. Physically and emotionally, we are very different. And there's nothing to be ashamed of, and there is nothing to be blaming or judging. That's normal, and that's natural, and that's the beauty why we're actually attracted, because there is something in me that men do not have. There is something in men that I don't have, and that's why I'm attracted to it, and he's attracted to me. And you don't need to, compromise your things. You can stay masculine and she can stay feminine. But I'll tell you, women love men who can allow them to be real women. Women love men who can allow them to be a woman, to not be men, to not be masculine woman, but to be a woman, to be a feminine woman, to remain lady. It's such a value in my eyes, such a value in my friends' eyes, it's such a value for so many couples. And today it's like a fresh air, because it's so normal nowadays for women to be masculine, for women to be aggressive. That's has become a norm for women to wear trousers always. I mean, I'm nothing against trousers, but that's just a metaphor. Trousers is not only clothing, but it's the lifestyle that they want to dominate, they want to lead, they want to be the men. That's why I want to tell you that if you are dating a traditional woman, or if you want to be with a traditional woman, or if you're a woman and you're traditional and you want to remain traditional, you will face that men, they are masculine generally, usually they are masculine, but when a woman is really feminine, men has no choice as to remain masculine. That's why the third point is, even if you're not masculine enough, make sure that you grow with your masculinity. You can ask women around you who know you very well. Maybe it's colleagues or a very good friend of yours, or maybe your girlfriend or your spouse, or maybe it's, your sister or mother. You can ask women, do you think I'm masculine enough? Do you think I allow women to be women, or do you think I'm too weak and I force my woman to become a man? You won't believe, but there's so many couples that women come and they complain and they say, my man is not a man, and that's why I'm becoming more masculine. Recent I had two cases, very similar scenarios, people that do not know each other, but very similar age group they were in, and completely same story. Both men stopped working in the families. They were married for over 20-25 years, had very mature children, and both men in these two couples that don't know each other stopped working. And they were not looking for a job for very long, and they kind of gave up, become weaker, start moaning, start complaining. And women needed to go to work, they needed to become more masculine, they needed to be more aggressive, they needed to be providers, and they were completely confused. They said, I have never done this, I'm confused, I'm very upset, he's so weak, I don't know what to do, and now he's a woman and I'm a man in a relationship. So, there are traditional women who will be just shocked, and then they were leading to the case to divorce each other. And, thankfully, couples woke up in time, and men were quite young as well. They, I do think that, 50 or 60 is quite young. You're still full of energy. 50 is like second 30, it depends how you live your life. You can be old when you're 30, you can be young when you're 80, it doesn't matter. But thankfully, good news is that the both men gathered themselves, stopped complaining, became more positive, and went to work, and it all got sorted. But this is the last one. We really appreciate men who allow us to be women, who allow us to wear womanly clothes, talk as women, be a little bit vulnerable. And to summarize, I just want to tell you one more time these three different aspects that women adore in men, that we are attracted to you in men. Number one, we are really attracted to positive men who make us laugh, who are fun, who can deal with the negative, with a difficult situation with a smile in their face and make our life easier. Number two, we are very much attracted to men who can satisfy us, not only physically but also emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, to be with us in the same journey. And number three, we really like men who allow us to be women, to allow us to be feminine, vulnerable, and sometimes just a ladylike women, that we don't need to be men. And I just want to thank you for your time and for watching this. If you're already doing this, then well done to you, a big prize for you. If you're lacking one of these, you can always improve. And I'm always here as well for you to do consultations with you, one-to-one, and I also do couple consultations. So I'm always, here for you to help you. And lastly, I just want to remind you that don't forget to smile today, enjoy your life, and make sure you are with a person who adores you for who you are.